Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me as I explore the wide world of pens. And the fun thing about doing what I do is occasionally you get to see a pen you've never seen before. So in front of you is a Waterman desk pen that a friend of a friend, Carl, sent or brought to me because he lives fairly nearby for me to restore. I sent him a sack, but it wasn't the right one and it didn't really fit. So he said he wanted me to put a sack in it and do what else had to be done to it. So I'm impressed because this is the first one of these that I've seen. And he doesn't have the base, but I was able to find this slip-on cap which fits because I'm certain the body parts for the desk pen are quite similar to those of their regular pens, and they added this extension on the back, and you can see this is almost 8 inches long from tip of the nib to end of the barrel, so it's a very long pen. And Carl dipped it and wrote a little bit with it. He thinks the nib's a little scratchy. We'll see what we can do to fix that. It's also, as we do our thumbnail test, a fairly stiff nib, but that's fine because you think a desk pen really isn't made for flourish, it's made for performance, and a stiff nib will give you a nice consistent performance. So one of the things that makes this pen easy to restore, like a lot of Watermans, is the section comes right out. You know, Carl had cleaned it up already. I'll look inside to see how that lever bar, pressure bar on the lever, everything works, but it's just in decent shape. The ripple colors of the section and this end piece don't quite match, so this may have been put together. And when I did my catalog research, I noticed that most of the models had a band here. Could have been a brass band between the end cap here and the barrel. And the later models had this brass finial at the end of the barrel. I guess to weight it a little bit or give it some aesthetic balance. Not certain why. But the earlier ones didn't have this, so I would place this in the mid to late 20s. Who knows? So let's find a nice sack to go in there. My guess it'll be like a 14 or something, maybe even a 13 or 12. And we'll see how this pen writes. So the other thing about this design is this end piece is threaded onto the back of the barrel. And that's why I think maybe that little metal ring that probably was there was lost. I looked inside and the pressure bar seems to work pretty good, so no need to do anything. I'll just use a little test tube brush to clean off the inside before I put in a new sack. So one thing I like about this pen is the engraving is nice and clear. There's Waterman's, there's that Ideal logo referencing patents, tells you it's a fountain pen, and it also has ripple on it. So I think it places it towards the latter part of the 20s, and that's what is indicated in the catalog. Here's a page that I found, and the pen number 3 in this list, circled in green, I think is this pen here, or at least a version of this pen when it was sold. But it's gone through some changes. It's over 90 years old, and it's still beautiful. The first thing I did after removing the section is try to flush some water through that nib and feed, and it's totally blocked. So I'm going to use my knockout blocks to remove the nib and feed and see if we can get rid of that old ink that's in there. One of the things about restorations that sometimes that old ink just clogs up the pen, and the best way to do it is take it apart. Once I knocked out the nib and feed using this knockout block, you can see, wow, this is really a lot of black ink has dried in place. Probably decades and decades worth of dried ink. So we're going to just clean this up, get rid of all that dried ink. So we're ready to assemble the restored pen. So the sack I used was a number 14. It's fairly small. And I have a little bit of wood glue there between the sack and the section nipple. And then after that dries for a day, I put a little coating of shellac right there on the seam. To me, I think that's the best way to make this a long-lived, as long as it can. And we have our talc here. This is pure 100% talc, not baby powder, not talc for any other purpose other than 100% pure talc. So we put a little bit of that on the rubber sack, helps it go in, helps take care of any moisture that might get in there. And when we're ready, it slides in, and it couldn't be any bigger than that 14. And I'm going to line up the nib with the lever, because that's the way I do it. And it goes in very nicely. It was a little bit loose in that slight amount of shellac, which is dried. I wouldn't do it with the wet shellac, but just makes that fit nice and snug. I've done a little bit of cleanup on the pen. Wasn't much required, but I think it looks really nice now. And this cap fits fairly well. Should seal up that nib. It does have some breather holes in it, but I'll let the new owner decide whether that's something they want to do. And it does fit well. No interference with that nib. You can see there's a lot of clearance between the end of the nib and the top of the cap. And this is all straight through here. So there's nothing that could interfere with that nib. So we're going to dip it and just see how that nib writes, because I promised to do a little nib tuning if necessary, because the original owner felt that vintage nib was a little scratchy. So I just dip this nib because I'm not going to fill with the bladder, because I want the owner to be the first one to do that. This is a really extra fine nib. It is very stiff. And you can hear it on the paper, but that's what I would expect with this type of nib. Those tines can get out of alignment relatively easily, but once they're in alignment, it writes well for an extra fine. And if you put a little pressure on it, it'll open up a little bit, but not worth doing on a regular basis. I'm ready to return this pen to its original owner. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed a look at a very interesting vintage pen. Certainly one I've never held in my hand before. And I'm glad I had an opportunity to restore it, bring it back, and have this antique store find be ready for daily use. Hope this video finds you safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, finding something cool to put some ink on paper with. We've reached the end, and we're going to say bye. Yep, that is a very fine nib. Writes well.